Okay guys, I hate intros, so basically I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram and I got a lot of really good questions. So basically I said, what questions do y'all have about photography, editing, content stuff, cameras, branding, growing on social media, how I got started, my shirt company Foreverland, which I'm wearing, working with Duncanville, and that kind of stuff, because I kid you not, I get so many messages from you guys and DMs on like Twitter, Snapchat, everything weekly, and someone was like, why don't you just make a Q&A video? So here we are. Like I said, I really hate intros, but for those of you that don't know me, my name's Brittany. I freelance as my job full-time in Dallas, Texas. I am a sports photographer, content creator person. I have a lot of things that I do, so I don't really like putting myself in one box, but it's mostly basketball, and I do like graphics, a little bit of video, no mixes or anything crazy like that. But yeah, a lot of really cool, fun stuff. Let's just get right into the questions. I'll have my Instagram and everything below if you're not following me. Follow me so you don't miss the next opportunity to ask me your questions. So let's just get started. What's your favorite lens? I'm assuming you use more than one while shooting. So honestly, the 70-200 has been amazing for me. I have like the newer Canon one, and I like it because I can be like far away, and my style, I guess you could say, is more like up close and like those emotional shots that just focuses on like one subject. So for me, for basketball, that's been like awesome. Can we get some Foreverland sweatpants, please, with the sad face emoji? Okay, a lot of people have requested sweatpants, and honestly, I would love to do them, but I haven't found like the right material or look, and y'all know me, I don't want to put like, I don't have to do anything, and I don't want to put anything out there that I don't like or that I wouldn't wear. So like, as soon as I find the right vibe and the right material, we will do sweatpants. Who's the most interesting player you have seen play basketball? Be honest, Britt, with this emoji. I really don't know what you mean by interesting. What do you mean by? Okay, the next few questions are all about specifically growing on social media. So honestly, I'm probably gonna make a whole nother video about what I think helped me, because this question says, what did you do to grow your following on social media? Growing, how did you grow and get your name out there? What have you done to grow on social media, your brand and your image? So just to kind of keep it short, I think in the beginning it's just being consistent and posting a lot. When people go to your page, they have a split second decision, are they going to follow you or not? And I think like if your page isn't updated and there's only like a few pictures, or your last post was like maybe like a month ago, people probably aren't going to follow you. And I think having like a nice aesthetic on your page and things like that, but I'm gonna make a whole nother video about that. But I think in the beginning, to grow, just like being consistent, taking advantage of Instagram stories and like tagging people and just getting eyes like on your page, I think is the main thing to get started. Okay, that guy wrote back, he said, what do you mean by interesting? He said, like, I know you have filmed so many people. Who would you say has the best vibe and talent, or like who impacts their team the best? Obviously the best vibe is Duncanville. I mean, like, without any question, just like the coaches and the players, like just the whole, like, it's just such a vibe. Like, I can't even explain it. I remember the very first day I went to practice, I was just like, whoa. It's just super cool to be a part of, and it's something that you feel but you can't like really explain it. And when you're a part of it, it's just so much fun, and it just means so much to me. So if that's what you mean by interesting, what are the keys to content creation? This is a really good question, and honestly, I think it can be answered in a variety of ways. I don't think there's one like right way or wrong way to like be successful and do it. I think it's more about finding your own kind of like lane and path, because I feel like there's a creative space for everyone out there. I think it's just a matter of like finding it. But for me, the key is just going with the flow and not forcing it. I think when you force the content or force an idea, for me, it turns out really bad. But if it comes naturally and it's organic, then it happens. I think there are times when I'm like in a creative slump and I just have to take a break or go to the park or go play basketball or do something to like free my mind up and let the idea come and not really force it. And then I also get a lot of ideas from professional sports teams and college teams. I have a lot of lists on Twitter where I just look and see what they're doing and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm not gonna copy it, but like how can I do something similar, take what they're doing or their style and make it fit like my brand and my audience. And so for me, that definitely helps too. And did you think that the Foreverland brand would do as good as it does? No, not at all. Honestly, I did not want to do it. I hated the idea of like doing merch or anything like that. And again, I did not want to just put my name or my logo on a shirt and be like, buy this, or like, yeah, whatever. So I really took my time with it, let the idea come from Peter Pan, put my own twist on it, and then just kind of did it. And I knew that original design, I wanted the Dallas skyline and a basketball in neon colors. And when I got it back, I was just like, this is it. And then I showed JB and he was like, yeah, that's it, let's do it. And then from there, here we are, almost a year later. And why don't you do mixtapes? I don't like to, and I'm not good at it, so. What would you tell the people who don't know how to ask for connections or get media passes? Very good question. So when I was first starting out and I wasn't as well known, I would always try to email ahead of time, but be like super professional, like introduce myself, send over a link to my work, or like try to make a common connection, like of who's running the event, like maybe where they went to school or someone that you guys know in common, like, hey, I like know so-and-so like that. Or if all else fails, have someone, or you don't hear back, have someone like call or email on your behalf. I know that in the beginning, I would have like maybe the Duncanville coaches like call for me and they'd be like, hey, like Britt's with us, she does great work, here's what she does. After the event, I always try to like thank them, send them some of your work and things like that, and then just like stay in touch to kind of like build that relationships, because relationships are everything in this oversaturated business. Okay, North Texas commit Chris Dunn Morgan from DeSoto asked, who's your best customer? My best customer, I don't know if you're trying to be funny, but my best customer is Aaliyah Holmes from San Antonio. Wait, no, Austin, my bad. She's from Austin. She has literally bought everything I've ever put out. Harper, be quiet! Love your edits, love your love your edits, love your creativity, love your pictures. What program or app do you use? Thank you. And I use Adobe Lightroom, and I custom make all of my presets on my own from start to finish, and it's a process sometimes, but it's super fun. Do you come to any other schools? Honestly, right now I'm just going to like Duncanville, obviously, because like I get paid to go there, and then I go to Waxahachie and Lancaster, and then my dad's games. So I'm trying to like just chill out this high school season. Last year I was going like all over, and I just kind of like got burnt out. But if another school wants to like pay for me to go to a game or book me, and I don't already have a game that day, I'll be more than happy to go. Can you come to my game December 8th? Well, December 8th is tomorrow, and I'm going to my dad's game, and he coaches at Skyline, and they're playing at Irving Nimitz, so that's where I'm going to be on Tuesday. Keon asks, how do I become a goat like you? Well, Keon, I'm not a goat. You're one of my best friends, so you should know that, but If you want to be good at what you do, just work really, 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 really hard, and don't let anyone put you in a box or limit your creativity or your options. And I think for me, the past couple of jobs I've had people higher up kind of like limit me or put me in a box, and that's just not me. So I'm in Dallas. How do I get to games? I don't know if you mean what you mean by that, but if you mean like going to shoot, because people always ask me, how do you get to high school games? You just show up with your camera usually. But I remember the first time I went to Lancaster game, like Wade had asked me to go, but I asked for his coach's phone number, and like I called Coach Doug, and it was very awkward, and I introduced myself just so he like would know that I'm coming, and then I sent him pictures like afterwards. So you can just like show up, but like always try to like make connections with the coaches and stuff too. When are you gonna respond to my text? I'll pay you for pictures. Oh, he did message me. How much for some pictures? Oops. Oh, I feel bad now. Okay, I'm gonna respond to you right now, my bad. How long did it take you to perfect your style, the way that you edit? Okay, it took me a hot minute. I have to be honest, it did take me a while, but the key and tip that I can give you guys is edit the same picture like 2 or 3 times. Put a poll on your page or ask your friends or people you trust, like, hey, which one do you like better? But I think for me, just editing the same picture from scratch multiple times and then seeing which one kind of like has the best vibe. And for me too, I look at a lot of other people and how they're editing and then try to do the opposite, because I feel like a lot of people do really like bright, high contrast. So right now I'm kind of doing that kind of like faded, like matte look almost, and a little bit like darker, low contrast, because I want people to be able to look at my pictures and be like, oh dang, that's Britt's picture, or that's like different than what everybody else is doing. So I think it's just finding your own style and what kind of fits like your brand and stuff like that. And then also just kind of like ways to be different, you know? What camera and lenses do you use for photography versus vlog? So honestly, for photography, I use a Canon 80D and it's like really out of date. So I'm hoping the beginning of the new year to upgrade this thing, but it's been super, super good for like videos and photography. I'm actually filming on the Canon 80D right now. And then for vlogs, I use a Canon M50, a Canon G7X, and my phone. Honestly, my phone I use a lot for the vlogs. To end on, it's the last one. What are your future plans and goals for your brand and content? So for the brand, for the Foreverland brand, it's gonna be a huge summer for it. We're gonna do tournaments with Premiere and we're announcing that on Friday, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna have exclusive like merch and stuff like that at these tournaments, and it's gonna be really good because I don't really have to do the whole like planning and everything. I'm just gonna help with like the marketing and stuff like that. So I just want to continue to like grow and put like a high quality product out there. And then honestly, my like long-term goal for everything is I want to be like a teacher at like a high school or something, and like the media department, or head like the athletic department, like social media for high school, but like teach the students like how to do like their brand and how to grow on social media and how to like do editing and things like that. Like I want to really just like help people like grow and be way bigger and better than I am, because honestly there are so many talented people out there and a lot of them are like in high school. They just don't have like the resources and the help really to kind of like get themselves out there. So that's really like what I want to do. Like, and I'm sick of going to basketball games like way on down the road. I want to just kind of like be able to help other people grow their brands. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. Oh, also I do want to grow this YouTube channel in the future, because people are always telling me to like make tutorials and like how I edit and stuff like that. So I'm really planning to grow this YouTube channel in the future. I am gonna go to Duncanville now to go to practice. And yeah, so subscribe if you're not. Follow me on Instagram so you don't miss the next Q&A little session, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And yeah, love y'all. Thanks for all the support. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, all that stuff. And okay, bye.